Hello, dear students, and welcome back to our virtual classroom. This is English for the second grade of high school. Our topic is newspapers, and the topic of our lesson today is fake news. My name is Livija Pribanić, and I will be your teacher in this lesson. Today, we will analyze the news. You will write a piece of news, and your final task will be to write an opinion essay. I hope your notebooks and your pens or pencils are ready so that we can start. What does the word news refer to in English? Is there only one meaning? News is uncountable noun in English. It means new information about something that has happened recently. For example, what's the latest news? Have you heard the news? That's great news. When we say that news is uncountable noun, it means its plural form is a bit different. So the plural form of news is bits of news or pieces of news. And mind you, we say news is good in English. Let's look at the adjectives that we can use when talking about news. If the news is positive, in the first bubble, we have good, great, excellent, wonderful. You can also add other positive adjectives to the list. If the news is bad, then we can use the following adjectives: gloomy, grim, sad, or tragic. It can also be terrible or horrible, any adjective that is negative that comes to your mind. News can also be old or stale. It can be hot, like breaking news, latest, or recent. And finally, when we talk about types of news, depending on what it refers to, the news can be domestic or home, local or regional, national, and finally foreign or international. The list of verbs that we can use with the noun news is quite long. Here are just a few: get, have, hear, learn, receive. Also, announce, break, bring, give, tell, and spread. Here are several sentences. There are verbs missing. Please read through the sentences carefully and try to decide which verb fits. You can pause the video now. Let's check the sentences together. The police had to break the news gently. Mr. Smith started his speech at the gala by announcing the new project. We need to tell them the news. When did you hear the news? Also, when did you get the news? Learn and receive can also be used in this sentence. Jenny ran from door to door spreading the news. I hope you got it all correct. Well done. There is another meaning of the noun news, the news, which means a regular television or radio broadcast of the latest news. The news can then be radio or television or TV news. Evening news, lunchtime news, 8 o'clock news. In this case, we can hear the news, listen to the news, see the news, watch and read the news, and the news can be broadcast. In the news and on the news is the proper usage of the prepositions. There are two types of news that appear in the media: hard news and soft news. Hard news typically refers to topics that are usually timely and important, such as politics, international affairs, business news, but also technology, health, and education. On the other hand, soft news include topics such as entertainment, celebrity, lifestyle, arts and culture, and sports. Which types of news interest you? What about your parents? How about your friends? Do you think men and women are interested in the same types of news? According to the survey carried out by Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism, there are differences. This bar graph shows interest in specific topics according to gender. We can see a huge difference in the first topic, the sport. Is that a surprise? Well, to be honest with you, I'm not much of a sports fan, so this is not a surprise for me. But look at the graph and see if there are any other surprises. Also, which topic is equally interesting to both genders? Take a look at the graph. Yes, it's crime and security. And which one is close to being equal? Environment. Great. What you can see under the graph is the list of topics for men and women. You can study the graph and the list of topics because you will need this for your final assignment. A good piece of news answers the following questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how. But it is the headline that makes the news attractive. It is the headline that draws us to the article. Whether we will read it or not depends on how catchy the headline is. Headlines in newspapers use different grammar rules to everyday English. This is because they are designed to be short and to attract attention. There are following rules to writing a good headline. Use present simple tense for past events, but don't start with a verb. For example, tiger escapes zoo. There are no auxiliary verbs in the headlines. Temperatures rising as climate changes. Infinitive is used to express future events. For example, the verdict to be announced on Friday. Also, there are no articles in headlines. Queen to appear tomorrow. There is no to be. For example, students happy with new decisions. And the last one, leave out to say. It's Mr. Jones, this is war. We have covered 6 basic questions that each piece of news answers. There are also useful tips for writing a headline. And now it's time for you to write a news article. Please choose one of the photos on this slide and write a news article on it. Remember, your article needs to attract readers, so write a catchy headline. Keep your article interesting, precise, and don't forget, it needs to be timely, so it has to be something that has happened recently. Good luck! If you would like to experience what it's like to work for BBC, try out this game. Have fun! There is one more type of news, the dangerous type of news, fake news. Fake news is dangerous because it is meant to tell a lie. It mocks the truth. It twists the truth. It attacks somebody, provokes, but it manipulates the readers. Very often, fake news are so untrue, yet that they appear to be true, that they can cause serious damage. You, as a reader, need to be very careful on choosing what you read, and especially on choosing what you believe to be the truth. In your next task, you will watch a short video on fake news. Please copy the link carefully into your browser. While watching, write down the strategies that are helpful in deciding what a fake piece of news is. There are actually 3 useful tips. Check the source, check the date, and use fact checkers. And please do, to be an active reader, please do check your sources. Don't fall for fake news. Here are 2 more games for you, this time on fake news. Please choose one, or you can do both. You will also learn useful expressions on fake news while playing the games. So 1 is a must, 2 is an option. You will need one of these games to complete your final task. You can pause the video now, play the games, and come back. I hope you have enjoyed the game, but that you have also learned how dangerous fake news are and how careful we must be when posting something on social media. Now it's time for your final task. Please write an opinion essay on fake news in about 150 words. Please state your opinion on both news and fake news referring to the material from this lesson. When writing an essay, you need to organize your thoughts into 3 paragraphs: introduction, body, and conclusion. To help you do the final task successfully, here is a simple checklist. So once you have finished your essay, go through the checklist. Are there 3 paragraphs in your essay? Are they clearly visible? Where does the introduction start and finish? What about the body? And what about conclusion? Is there a title in your essay? Have you referred to the material in the lesson? Have you organized your ideas logically? And have you checked the spelling and grammar? If you can check all of these, it's time to send your essay to your teacher. Good luck! I hope this lesson was fun for you and that you have also learned something new. So be careful when reading and be very careful whom you trust. Until the next time, bye everybody!